Hey everybody, welcome to CastorsCorner.com. I'm your host Khalil here for another toy of the day. You can go to CastorsCorner.com for a full gallery of these items, as well as our past archive of 100 and 280, 90 some odd episodes. And you can check out some of the older stuff. So we have a lot. We have a lot in the office right now. We got these. We got these. We got these. And so I'm just kind of slowly working our way through. We got these. We got a lot. So I'm just slowly working my way through. I'm trying to kind of prioritize and get stuff out so I have more room to do other things. And we did a lot of Marvel and Hasbro this week with Spider-Man, and we got a lot more. We've got 3 more waves plus a few exclusives, and then we've got Transformers. So follow us on Kastor's Corner to keep up on everything we're doing and everything we're finding in the stores. Cornercast podcast will be coming back this Monday. Fingers crossed everything goes well. Thank you guys for understanding the break. I kind of just needed a mental break after we lost our little mascot. And so I am playing catch up. I'm out of pre-recorded video, so head shaved. And so what do we got? So these kind of showed up early. I was expecting these more towards the end of the year, and these actually showed up a little bit early. And you've seen these before. We've done the Shadow and Ghost boxes from the Fortnite line, and they decided to do another round. So we get henchmen, more henchmen, and we get what do we got? We got our henchman chests. Blah 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 blah. We have our Grotto and we have our shark henchman. So Grotto is ghost and Shadow is the shark. And so each one of these comes with, as we know, right? It comes with some new back bling, and they're all labeled, which is really nice. So each one of these is labeled with what's actually inside of them, which is good to kind of know. They're not completely blind box. They all come with their little instructions on how to build your henchmen. All the weapons inside are cast in clear plastic. So you get alternate looks for all of them, which is fun. I mean, I have so many weapons for these things that, like, the idea of more just isn't doing it for me. But like, I love getting all the back bling because you start to kind of fill out characters that you don't have back bling for, like Peely here. And so it's a great way to kind of to get those in. And so there are four chests, all with different back bling and accessories and weapons. Really what I got these for are the henchmen. Like 100% henchmen were the reason that I got these, even though we've got like some fun back bling in all of them. But in addition to the henchmen, something I did not realize until I opened them up and found them, was there are plugs in the back of the characters. And one of the things about henchmen, so you get your Grotto and shark henchmen, which are really good. They're really screen accurate and they look a lot of fun. And as much as I like to army build them, I also like the idea of having a gang of henchmen. So one from each section that survived, even though we know that the Ghost and the Shadow one survived and they kind of roam the map now. Our shark and our Grotto do not. But I like the idea, at least in my head, writing this own little story about how all 4 of the henchmen from the various places, and hopefully we'll get more, have shown up to band together and create their own little group within the group. So I think that's kind of fun. But one of the highlights of the IO guards and the henchmen is not alerting them that you're there in the game. So how do you know if you've alerted one of the henchmen? Well, a little question mark comes out over their head. And how do you know if it goes from question mark and they're not sure if they heard you, they might have heard you, to knowing if they heard you or not? Well, then you get the exclamation mark. Listen. There are a lot of toys in this room. You can see them all back there, okay? You can see the menagerie of toys and action figures, and there's even more in front of me and on the desk and on the floor. This is the most fun thing that Fortnite has done. Okay, maybe not the most fun, because the vehicles have been kind of fun, and some of the characters they've done have been a lot of fun. But honestly, like, the creative, I know Mike over at Jazwares has really put a lot of passion into these lines, trying to figure out how to get us the most game real things in all of these. So each shadow and each ghost character box, when you get a character, when you get this Grotto henchman, you get a question mark and exclamation point, and then you get one for him too. So you get a total of 2 each if you get all of these. So 2 question marks and 2 exclamation points. Replicating in-game activities, making that game feel real in the real world. I just think it's cool, because most of the time they're like, oh, this little thing lights up above their head and there's no that way that we can do it. And then Jazwares goes and does it. And so I still say, hands down, I don't care if they reuse parts. I don't care if they're kind of derivative from other IPs. I don't really care. I still hold that this 3 3/4 line might be one of the once in a generation toy lines to go through our collections. We had it in the 80s in mass, from G.I. Joe to He-Man to Transformers. They were just like prolific, and they kind of defined what pop culture is today. Fortnite is redefining and bringing back the magic that was the 80s in this line in a very original way. From the vehicles to the play sets. Oh, I've got this thing. This thing is coming up on a toy of the day. I mean, this alone, and we will talk all about it, is stunning in so many ways. Jazwares really is producing some of the best toys, and they're affordable. I want to say it was $25 for the 4 cases altogether. So you get a henchman plus all the extra accessories, all the back bling, these little things. $25. There are sets on Amazon that you can get them, and they'll be in stores as well, I believe. But it's this kind of stuff that just kind of, it adds to the play feature for kids. It adds to the display feature for us collectors. And really, it's just fun. Like, I don't feel like there's a few sets that I didn't get, or that kind of I came in late and just didn't want to track down, or didn't really feel like I needed that character in my, and it doesn't feel like there's a hole. I miss a Marvel Legend. I feel like there's a hole. I miss something from Joe or Transformers. I feel like there's a hole, and I've got to figure out how to plug it in. These things have just been fun. I get what I want. I get what I think is kind of fun or interesting. I don't get everything. But I'm just having fun collecting these things. And they're small, too. They're not taking up a lot of space, either. Those of you that have been following me on Instagram have seen kind of my organization going along. And so, it's just fun. I mean, it really brings it back to what this action figure collecting thing is, and it should be fun. And so, thank you to our little geeks, Ninja and Zombie over there, for inspiring me into getting into this line and playing the game, and really reminding me of what toy collecting is. It's just fun. It's fun to get these cool little things that's just like we've never thought we've had, and it's just fun. I don't know how else to say it. It's one of those things that kind of just hits me right here, that kind of reminds me of like what it was like to be a kid back then in the 80s. So fun. Check out a full gallery of these guys, turnarounds and stuff, and how these things attach up on Kastor'sCorner.com. You can follow us. We are at Kastor's Corner on all social media. Check out the Cornercast podcast. Hit the subscribe button. It's under one of these expressions here. The more of you that subscribe, the more cool things we get to do, and then we get to share them with you, and that's been so much fun. So thank you guys for watching. We will see you tomorrow night for another toy of the day here on Kastor'sCorner.com. As we say every night, we miss you, little buddy. And we know that you're at peace or somewhere happy. But we miss you. So, Jaxie, we miss you. and love you. Have a good night, everybody. See you tomorrow.